Welcome back, everybody, to the Meeple Marathon and our continued coverage of the new Marvel Champions character packs. Today we're going to be covering the Thor character pack, and again, just like Captain America, which we highlighted in our last video, you can see that Thor comes with a complete deck. He's got his 15 specific cards, then he's got aggression cards, many of which are brand new, like Hercules here is a brand new ally. Get Over Here is a great one, but also, you know, some more Power of Aggression, things like that. Hall of Heroes is aggression, it's not Thor. Battle Fury is aggression, it's not Thor. Heimdall from Asgard is a standard ally. Luke Cage is in here, so it's a slightly different deck, but he basically has his very own deck. And then he's got, you know, Loki is his nemesis, and his obligation. Oops, there we go. Odin's anger is his obligation. But in this scenario, the Wrecking Crew, we actually aren't playing with nemesis and obligations because each individual character has a unique encounter deck. So, but again, you can see here, stop. The remaining cards are not part of the pre-built deck. So not only do you get a pre-built, straight out of the package, able to play deck, they're also giving you bonus cards. So I just wanted to cover these really quick because I don't think I covered them too well in the other playthrough, so I'm actually going to get those out as well. So the Justice cards here are under surveillance. Attach this to the main scheme, max 1 per scheme, increase the target threat value of attached scheme by 4. Teamwork, when you use your basic thwart power or basic attack power, exhaust an ally you control, add that ally's matching power to your hero's power, so I don't know how great that could be. And Second Wind, heal 4 damage from an identity, 5 damage instead if you paid for this card with a whatever resources. So this is a really nice one that can go in your protection decks, but I'm not playing with either of those. Then we have Enhanced Physique. Exhaust Enhanced Physique to remove 1 physical counter and generate a punch resource, which we kind of saw that on Captain America with Super Soldier Serum. Now I just wanted to cover a few things here on this. Was what was included in the Captain America pack. So you can see here for aggression, it's enraged. Essentially you are giving an ally +2 attack, but he has to take 2, you know, an extra consequential damage as part of it. But this card is great and played with Hulk because Hulk has 5 damage he can take, and that means he's also hitting for 5 damage. So I added this card to my aggression, or two copies of it into my aggression deck right now with Captain Marvel, who has the Hulk. I also have Followed, which allows you to attach to a scheme and then it deals 4 damage to the enemy once you defeat that scheme. So I actually added 2 of these copies, and you can see them down here because I'm playing with Thor Aggression and Ironman Justice. This is going to allow me to mitigate a lot of these individual side schemes and give Iron Man something to do while he builds up his suit, and Thor's just going to go around and smack some people. So I'm hoping, what my thought was, is that if I am able to reduce these down to 0 at any point in time, I will defeat them. I might have to rethink that strategy now that I'm looking at it, the way these don't go away. They cannot leave play. So I might have to look into some clarification on that. If I reduce this to 0, do I defeat it even though it doesn't leave play? So we'll have to look into that, but that's Followed. And then Expert Defense. This is essentially a hero interrupt card that gives you +3 defense for the attack. And then last but not least, Enhanced Awareness, and this is, again, exhaust this, you get 3 counters on it, and it's going to give you that science resource. I added just 1 of these into Iron Man's deck because several of his suit enhancement upgrades want you to exhaust or spend a science resource to use them. So those are the extra cards, both from the Thor and Captain America deck. This is Wrecking Crew, so if you are not familiar with this or didn't see our previous playthrough when Wrecking Crew first came out, essentially each one of them has their own encounter deck, their own side scheme, and then there's the main side scheme, main scheme, which is breakout over here. Now this one will continue to advance every turn, so it's important to not forget about this. These, however, and this is the only one, there's only, there's no 2A and B side. So if this advances to 12, we lose. These, however, they can, and you can see a lot of these start really high, like this one is 6 and it has to go to 10, this one's 3 and it goes to 10, they all go to 10, I think, 5 and 4. When these advance, something bad happens and then you reset them. For example, this one resets to 3, 3, 3, okay, they all reset to 3. So, but these can all advance, but individually you're only really dealing with one villain at a time and their encounter deck. So it really kind of, basically whoever has the highest amount of threat on their scheme, on their side scheme, is who you're probably going to be going after. So it's not like we have to deal with 4 encounter cards every time and 4 people attacking us. We're really only focused on one person at a time, but you can attack people, for the most part, outside of those who are directly engaged with you. So if I feel like I could take down Pile Driver this turn, but he's not the active villain, I can go ahead and do that, get his side scheme out of the way, and that's that. But the biggest thing is, and that's why I did Ironman Justice, is that you cannot forget about the main scheme, because if it just quietly advances over here, these guys all break out of Riker's Island and it's over. So let's go ahead and let me get these 2 hero decks shuffled up and we will get everything set up for our 2 hero playthrough. Okay, so we are ready to go here. I have shuffled everybody up here. The Wrecking Crew's health is represented by just some 6-sided die. So like this is 22. The Wrecker here is the hardest one because he got all the way up to 28. All the rest of them fit into 26, 24, 22. He's 28. So I'll just remember that. A couple other notes. Thor, when you one of his actions, now this is not set up, so Captain America, it was set up, find his shield, and I wasn't really sure whether that included or counted towards his total hand count, but as an action, it says search your deck and discard pile for Mjolnir here and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck limit once per round. So I went ahead and did that, and I believe that I went ahead and got my hand size of 5, and I believe I get to add this to my hand as a 6th card. So I'm pretty sure I'm reading that correctly. The only other thing was that I did look into whether or not followed here worked as a proper or was legal to play in this scenario, and it's not. Actually, Fantasy Flight directly, I believe it was Caleb Grace, it was either Caleb Grace or Nate French, one of the two, who were both designers of the game, mentioned that in this scenario this card is useless, just because of the way the wording. So I actually took these 2 out of my deck and instead added in one of these, which came in the Thor pack. And this basically says attach to the main scheme, and it's going to increase my main scheme here from 12 to 16, which is nice. And that's just going to give me a little bit of a buffer. I only put 1 in because as soon as it comes out, I'll purchase it and add it over there, and that'll be that. So this is an extra one. The other one's shuffled into my deck. I just did find it odd that Fantasy Flight produces a card, a new unique card in the Captain America pack, and then essentially Captain America, what's her name, Marvel Girl or whatever, and then the Green Goblin, they all came out kind of at the same time. And then so the very next pack to come out was the Wrecking Crew, and they essentially took a card that they had just put out with Captain America and muted it for this entire scenario. So that was just kind of interesting to me. So anyways, moving on, since Thor is our guest of honor, we are going to go ahead and get started with him. So here's our starting hand. We have Mjolnir, of course, for Asgard, which lets us search our deck for an Asgard trait card like Mjolnir. Hero action, which is deal 8 damage. Might try and get this out right now. Invulnerability gives you the tough status card. I've got the double thing here, and hero interrupt. I'm not really sure how good mean swing is when Mjolnir is giving you +1 attack. I guess you exhaust it, okay, for +3 attack. So that's what I'm looking at. I've already used my Odin Sun action, so I'm pretty much going to flip right over to Thor here. And with 14 HP, I don't know if we'll ever see Odin Sun back again. I guess if we need to get Mjolnir back in our hand, we can flip him back over. But so this says, after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards. So unfortunately we have not engaged any minions now, so we can't be doing that. I feel like I need some room. This scenario is definitely kind of a space hog with all of this going on up here. So let's see what we can play. Obviously we want to get Mjolnir out there, and maybe hammer throw and see if we can't just smack somebody really hard here right off the bat. Maybe pile driver. You can go after any side scheme or any person. You know what I forgot to do is go ahead and add, these guys all start with a certain amount of scheming on them, and I did not add that in, so I apologize. Let me get that set up. Okay, all right, so now we're good. Okay, so he might have one of the worst schemes that affect Tony Stark, because he makes you get rid of an upgrade or support you control, and Tony's all about his upgrades. So let's see if we can't pick on this guy first, even though we're going to be taking it from the wrecker here. So let's keep it real simple here. I'm going to pay invulnerability to get Mjolnir out here. So Thor gets +1 attack and gains the aerial trait. Alright, and then we're going to spend strength and... okay. Strength and for Asgard here. It's going to give us 3 to play hammer throw, and this is going to exhaust Mjolnir to deal 8 damage to an enemy and return Mjolnir to your hand. This attack gains overkill, which if it was on a minion and I overkilled him, the rest would go to a guy, but again, there's no minion. This is going to go directly to pile driver. Okay, so exhaust Mjolnir, deal 8 damage to an enemy, then return Mjolnir to your hand. Okay. So 8 damage it is. That's going to take him down to 16. So we're just going to do that for right now. No. Take him down to, he was at 22, 14. I can do math, I promise. Alright, so hammer throw. And then since, mean swing's nice because it's a 0 event play card, but I don't have a weapon to exhaust, so I'm going to go ahead and spend mean swing to get Mjolnir back in my hand, which I can then tap Thor to do an attack of 3. So pile driver's already down to 11 here. Boom. Alright, so that's Thor, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Stark here has Jessica Jones, who is amazing in this scenario for sure, because Jessica Jones says gets +1 thwart for each side scheme in play. So we're going to try and get her into play here, and she'll be thwarting for 5. And then here's another event. I don't have enough cards to pay for all these. The rest of these I essentially put on here. I really like this card, but I don't need it right now. I don't have any, I promise I shuffled. I don't have any Tony Stark cards here. So we're going to go ahead and start with his futurist action, which is to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, discard the others. So again, not what I need. So I do need this if I do this, so let's take just first aid. Other than that, it really doesn't matter. I'm just using these for resources. Alright, so let's see how much of this we can do. 4 instead, if it's a, okay, so this takes 2. So let's spend emergency and first aid to get out 4 justice, and this says that we get to remove 4 as long as we paid for it with a science resource, which we did. So I'm thinking we're just going to go here since he is our active person. So he's going to go down to 2 because this one is going to activate faster than the rest because Tony's going to stay in this form, which means this guy's going to attack Thor and scheme against Tony. And when he schemes, he puts it onto his side scheme. So then we just need Jessica Jones to come out, which I have exactly 3 more resources to play. And so Jessica Jones is going to hit the table. I'm going to put her down here. Well, we'll put her up here next to Tony, I guess. Okay, and we are going to use her. She's thwarting for 5 now, so she takes a hit. And so let's just take, that's only 4, yeah, let's take that off. Perfect, I like it. So Tony used up all his cards, and for right now, there is no reason for him to switch over because for those of you that notice, I'm just showing you this in case you haven't played with him. He's got very low stats to start off with, but his attack grows, or his hand size grows. That's what it is. His hand size gets better the more upgrades you have attached to him, but also all of those add attack too. So he's not very good without all of his suit upgrades out. So we're just going to keep him like that. Okay, so everybody comes back, including Jessica Jones here, and we draw back up. 2, 3, 4. Thor only has a hand size of 4, which is going to be tough to deal with. If I can find a way to get a card draw every turn, that would be great. Alright. Let's see something like this. I might try and get out next round. Okay. Alright, so let's see here, nothing that's gonna help me block. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so first things first is we only add 1 threat to this scheme at a time. It's not 1 per person, it's just 1 period. So we've got 11 more rounds right now to take care of these guys. And if I can get that 1 card out I highlighted at the beginning of the video, we have 15 more rounds. So we do have to keep an eye on this, but it's not that bad right now. But they also add a single, this main scheme also passes along stuff to here. So these guys get 1, he gets 1, he gets 1, and he gets 1. Okay, then we go to the Wrecker, because he is our active villain. So the Wrecker says he gets +2 attack if the attack is undefended, so obviously I am going to defend it, at least for now. So he's attacking for 2 plus his boost card here, which is 2. That's a bummer. Okay, so Thor takes 2 right off the bat. Yeah. Yep, I don't have anything in here that can help with that, but that's fine. And then over here, he's going to scheme, and this says when he schemes, he places it on here. So he's actually very quickly, his side scheme's already halfway to 10. And that's when it does its forced response and then resets. So then we just go to here for our encounter cards. So I've seen this played different ways. I've seen people where they deal them all out and then flip them over. I've also seen people deal this one out and then he flip it because if it gains surge or something like that, is he supposed to get this card or the next card. So I like to deal them out first, just so I don't forget that I've played them. All right, hero action, force response after wrecker attacks. Oh, this is a weapon. Exhaust your hero and discard one card at random from your hand to discard this card. After wrecker attacks, place one threat on the side scheme with the least threat. Interesting. So that's not that bad. But we're just adding stuff to this pile. That's one thing that, though, this setup does not have a ton of minions, you know, because they're kind of their own little crew. They're not so much like a mastermind that have all these little minions running around. Okay, chaos in the prison. When revealed, choose to either discard an upgrade you control or place one threat on the active villain's side scheme for each upgrade you control. If you do not control any upgrades, this card gains surge. So here we go. An escaped convict. All right. And it gains surge, right? Yeah, so we have to draw another one. And this one is corrupt prison guard. Okay. Well, this means you cannot attack the villain. All right, so these guys are pretty basic here, but I don't even know where to put them. All right, there we go. Okay, so what can we do about this? This comes over to here, and Tony Stark gets to start. Now, I was hoping to get Avengers Mansion out so that I could give Thor an extra card draw, but I saw something in his hand we're going to do instead, because I have War Machine. Now, War Machine can exhaust as an action, deal 2 damage to himself, and deal 1 damage to each enemy. That includes these 2 guys, these 2 minions, and every single one of these guys. That is 6 people he can hit, and he can do it twice. You know, obviously once now, and then once next turn. So let's focus on getting him out here. +1 thwart to an enemy. Now we want to save that one. When you defeat a minion, exhaust interrogation room. Okay. So let's go ahead and do Futurist. See if we can't find a double resource. So here's 1, 2, 3. Nope. Nope. Oh, I do love this card. So maybe we will put that there to see if we can't get it back, or we can't hold on to it. So War Machine is continuing to be our main focus. So what do we not want to worry about? We've got 2 repulsor blasts, but I need to spend them both. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's the 4 cards I need to spend to get War Machine out there. And then deal 1 damage to an enemy and discard the top 5 cards of your deck. For each printed, deal 2 additional damage. So I'd have to flip over to Iron Man to be able to do this, and then I'd be stuck there. And I'd lose my arc reactor. So let's just take care of these guys first and see what we want to do, because that might be worth it just to get rid of one of these guys. Okay. So Jessica Jones, we obviously are going to use for a thwart. So she is just going to take this guy off. You know what? I did something wrong, but I'm going to correct it. Well, I'm going to make it right now. No, let's do this. Okay. I should have moved the active villain. I missed that, but that's my fault. I don't think it's a game-breaking thing, but I'll discuss that in a minute. Okay. Then we are going to do this fancy thing, and we are going to exhaust War Machine. Well, do I want to do that? Tony's only getting a 1 attack. Yeah. No, let's wait. Alright, I'm going to exhaust him just for a regular attack here. And he's going to attack this guy for 2. Because I can't hit anybody else until he's gone. Okay, then I am going to go ahead and flip over to Iron Man. Iron Man has a 1 attack right now, so I am going to exhaust him to take out the guard so that I can now attack other people. So this goes up there. And then I'm going to spend my arc reactor, I know, to play Repulsor Blast, and I get to discard the top 5 cards of my deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am again gonna go after Pile Driver here. We're just gonna try and get him out of the picture. So I'm dealing 1 to him right now. There's 3. Still 3, still 3, still 3. Ooh. And it's for each printed resource. So 3, 5, 7. This was a money card to come up. All right, so he is down to just 4 health. I don't even need that die anymore. Okay, so Iron Man is done. Yeah, Iron Man's good. Okay, so let's come back over here to Thor. Thor is exhausted, so do I have anything? Spend X resources to deal X damage to the villain, and each minion engaged with you. This attack ignores tough status cards if you have the aerial trait, which I do. Okay, deal 1 damage to a minion if you have the aerial trait, engage that enemy. So I could bring this escaped convict over to me and then spend, well, I don't have any of those resources. The only one I've got is get over here. +1 hand size would be really nice. Wait. Response: after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna play Get Over Here because it's free. Deal 1 damage to a minion. I'm gonna deal 1 damage to this one, and I'm gonna bring him over here. So he's got 1. And if you have an aerial trait, engage the enemy. So this one's done. I've now engaged a minion, so I get to draw 2 cards. I've got, oh boy, Heimdall and Lady Sif, both some pretty good allies, but also very expensive allies. Okay, alright, but she gave me this, which is a wild resource and can be used for anything. So what I'm gonna do is discard her. I have now spent 1 lightning resource. I can deal X damage to the villain, which in this scenario I can pick anybody. No, it has to be the active villain. I'm sorry. When it says the villain, I have to do this guy. So he's down to just 27, but that's fine. My main thing was going after this guy. All right. This attack ignores tough status cards if you have the aerial trait, which I did, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so then I've got these, which would be really nice to get Asgard out here, but I don't have enough to pay for it because this is going to give me +1 hand size. So we will just hold on to these for right now. All right, so that's both of our turns. We did pretty good there. Everybody comes back. And Iron Man, unfortunately, is only going to get 1 card. This is why I don't like being an Iron Man state. And Thor's only going to get 1 card, so he gets Battle Fury. Okay. And Iron Man has a double resource here, but I've got nothing to spend it on, so. Okay, let's move on to now. This is where I made the mistake last time, because I forgot that I had already removed some threat from some people. So this one does, again, 1 adds 1 to everybody's scheme. So let's just do this, and this. Then it says move the active counter to the villain whose scheme has the most threat on it. So that is actually going to be Bulldozer, which it should have been last time, because I reduced all of his threat, and I believe then Bulldozer had the most. Maybe it was Thunderball. I don't know. Anyways, Wrecker should not have been the active villain last turn, but again, I went through all the motions with Wrecker, so I took my licks. I ended up getting more cards out there than I needed to with the Surge, and so yeah. But now on to Bulldozer. So, Bulldozer is going to attack Thor, and his thing says, when Bulldozer attacks, the attack gains overkill. And he attacks for 3, which is pretty beastly. So, do I want to give up on Thor? No, I think I'm just going to take this one on the chin for both people. So he hit Thor for 4. That's nasty. And he's going to hit Iron Man for... Nope. If this attack is undefended, discard an upgrade you control, which I don't have any, so that's fine. He's only going to hit Iron Man for 3, but that's fine. I'm going to be able to flip over Iron Man and heal him back up again. Okay, so that was pretty simple. And Iron Man gets the first one. Let's see, ramming speed attached to Bulldozer. Alright, so this is another attack. After Bulldozer attacks, you discard this card. Okay. Alright, so it says I have to use an ally, which will probably kill my ally. And then it gets rid of that card. And this says discard the top X cards from your deck, where X is Bulldozer's attack. Place 1 threat on Bulldozer's side scheme for each different card type discarded this way. So Bulldozer's attack is 3. So there's 1 type. There's a second type. And there's a third type. So he's going to get 3 more. So he's up to 9 now. So 1 more, and he's going to activate his, which says each player must discard the top 10 cards of their deck. Okay, we're going to take care of him in just a second here. Alright, so this goes away. Good. Alright. Active player becomes Thor. So, who do we want to pick on here? Okay, you get +1 hand size. I think that's play under any player's control. Maximum player response after your hero attacks and defeats a minion. Deal 1 damage to your hero and ready your hero. Okay, but I think I just want the... because I cannot afford this guy yet. So I think I'm just going to spend all these guys to get Asgard, the location out there, as a support. So I now have 5 hand size. And then I will attack with Thor for 3. So that's going to take Pile Driver down to 1. We're going to get rid of him here in just a second. Alright, moving over here to Iron Man. Jessica Jones is going to scheme for 5, and this is going to kill her, or get rid of her. We don't kill her. She'll be back, and so that takes care of that. That helps. And then War Machine here. Now we're going to do his action where I'm going to tap. I'm going to give him 2. So he now has 3 total, and he's going to do 1 damage to everybody. So this goes like, oh, no, it goes this way. 25 and 23. Okay. So Pile Driver has now been removed from the game before he even had a chance to do anything, which is good, a good start. Okay. So we're done here. I don't want to do anything with Iron Man, so I'm going to switch him over and do Futurist. See if I can't get anything worth spending this money on. I've got Interrogation Room. No, I don't know if I want that. Ooh, Daredevil. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. Or Haymaker. I think we're going to take Daredevil because this one is a max 2 for Justice, so next turn I should have no problem getting Daredevil out there, and I will tap Tony to get back to 9. Alright, so everybody comes back. Tony's going to get 4 more, which is much better than before. And Thor is going to get 5 now, which is better than before. Alright, so we're all feeling good. Now, let's see here. 1 goes here. So this one now has 3 total. 1 goes here, 1 goes here, and this becomes 3. And this is going to stay here because he still has the most threat on him, which is unfortunate because I was trying to get away from using this, but actually it's okay. We'll get rid of that weapon without him doing too much damage here. Alright, so now, hold on, let's see what Thor has. Okay. Ooh. Alright, I like this. Okay. Alright, so do I want to blink or not? Okay, yeah, let's defend because he's hitting me for 5 right now. So 5 plus a boost, move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat, which is the Wrecker. So now my question is, and this gets discarded now that he attacked me for, he hit me for 3. Ooh, so I'm down to 5. These guys are rough. Okay. Yeah. Do I now do Wrecker against Tony Stark? I guess I do. This isn't really covered in the rule books, but you know, Wrecker's going to scheme here, and so he will go up to 4. Appear to be all out of 3s. I'm all out of love, so lost without. Okay. Alright, and then I guess we will get encounter cards out of here. So 1 to you and 1 to you. When revealed, hero Wrecker attacks you, then move the active villain counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat, which is now over here. So again, when do you pull these cards? That's interesting. Alright, but he's going to attack for 2. Alright, I think he does take a boost card. So 2, 3. Oh man, I'm down to 2 health. I'm about to lose Thor here. Not playing very smartly. Okay, and Tony Stark here is dealing with Buddy System. Choose the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Reveal the top card of his deck. What? Reveal the top card of his deck. Just reveal it? I mean, show it or put it into play. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character you control. Okay. Alright, I'm a little confused here. Which would be, that's going to take out War Machine. Son of a gun. I was going to use him. Tony Stark's down to 8. Okay. I think I did all that correctly. This now is going to pass over here to Tony. And we got to get Tony going here. Alright, so I've got this. I don't even know if I'm wanting to worry about it right now, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to save this so that I can... Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to pay this, and this to get out Daredevil. That was pretty expensive, but I do like Daredevil. So those 3 cards brought Daredevil out, and then he, after Daredevil thwarts, he gets to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So let us thwart for 2. I don't want it to be Bulldozer. He's too rough. He is too rough on me. So there's that. And then to an enemy. So who do we want to take out next? I guess probably Bulldozer. Okay. Then I am going to go ahead and pay Mark Helmets to play Repulsor Blast. Wait, hold on. Let me do Futurist first. Do I really want to flip over to Tony Stark again? 1, 2, 3. I don't think I do. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Okay, Thor's gonna take his damage instead. Alright, sure, we'll just take Nick Fury here, and we will use Nick Fury to need to start building up my armor. So let's do that, and we will hold on to Repulsor Blast, and we'll stay as Tony Stark. Okay, then over here to Thor. What can Thor do? Okay, I gotta get that out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. I don't know, that just seems like it's not worth it right now, actually. Just to get him for 3 damage. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking too much here. Alright, I don't think I really want to do Lightning Strike yet. So I'll pay that one and chase them down to get God of Thunder. This is going to give me a lightning resource every round. 1, 2. Yeah, and there's not a whole lot else I can do because I keep having to defend. So let's flip over to Odin's Son so we can stay protected. Alright. That was a pretty weak turn on our part. Okay. Everybody flips over. Daredevil, Tony Stark, I guess could have technically flipped to recover. Should have done that. Alright. Tony Stark's gonna get 5 more cards. And Odin's Son is gonna get 4 more cards. Okay, so this gets 1. These are gonna jump to 5 now. This one's up to 4 and 4. Okay, so the active player now becomes the Wrecker. And so the Wrecker is going to scheme twice here. So he's actually going to go up to 4. Again, where are all my 3s at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's about to activate. Alright. Okay, then we will start over here. Alter Ego, the villain whose side scheme has the most threat schemes. Okay, so that's gonna kill off this one. So that says, after threat is placed here, if there's 10 or more threat, deal 2 damage to each friendly character. Remove all but 3 threat from the scheme. Seems like a huge oversight that they did not include more 3s And your token setup. Okay, so now if that's 2 damage, I think I just lost Thor. To each friendly character, or is it just my 2 characters here? I think I just lost Thor, ladies and gentlemen, because that went off. Alright. Well, you all wanted to see Thor? There was Thor. He got too big for his britches. Let's see if we can do this with Tony Stark here. Alright, so Tony Stark's going to stay the active player from now on. Let's see what we can do. Mark 4 armor, supersonic punch. Don't have the aerial trait yet. There's a top card in your discard pile. This is not good yet. So let's do futurist action here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I needed that. Perfect. Alright, Daredevil's gonna thwart. We might as well... So I really don't want this guy to activate. So keep him down, and he can deal 1 damage to any enemy. So we are going after this guy anyways. Alright, so then I want to get my rocket boots out. So I can pay for them with, we'll pay for them with pepper pots. And 1, 2, 3. No, I want to save that. So, I don't know if I need the Mark 4 armor yet. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So I am going to exhaust rocket boots, spend a resource, gain the aerial trait until the end of the phase. Okay, hold on. So let's flip first. And Iron Man gets, he's gonna get 2 attack. Alright, yeah, there's a whole lot going on here. But first I want to use him to attack. So I'm just attacking for 2 right now, but this is going to take me down to 19. So he's going to need some dice like that. Alright, then I'm going to spend a science resource and exhaust rocket boots to gain the aerial trait. So now I'm going to exhaust the Mark 5 helmet to remove a threat from each scheme. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Then I'm going to, spend these 2. Do I really want to do that? Am I ready to do that yet? Yeah. Spend these 2 to do supersonic punch, which is going to do 8 damage since I'm aerial. Boom. And we'll hold on to repulsor blast. Alright, so all this comes back. Now gives us a hand size of 3. So I haven't had to draw yet. Okay. Yeah. So these are all going to go much quicker now. Alright, so main scheme gets 1. This one gets a 3. This one gets 1. This one gets 1. And you, now we get to see what you do. You are going to attack, and it says after Thunderball attacks you, deal 1 damage to each character you control, which I should have 1 on here, so this is going to kill Daredevil. After Thunderball attacks you, deal 1 damage to each character you control. Okay, so I am not going to defend, and I'm going to go ahead actually and let Daredevil take it. Why not? Because he's going to die anyway. So you would have hit Daredevil for 3, so Daredevil's gone. Perfect. Served a purpose. Alright, let's get you guys all lined up here. Okay, then one encounter card, which says it's an escaped convict. So you're going to come down right here. Okay, and that gains Surge, which is when revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character you control. So we're down to 6. Alright, okay. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so after some thought, I think I'm going to do Repulsor Blast here in a second. Let's go ahead and resolve our upgrades here. So we want to do this one first, so we can become aerial. So we'll do Rocket Boots. And you get +1 hand size. You get +1 hit points. Alright, so I need to spend this in order to become aerial. Then, yeah, I'm going to use the Mark V helmet in order to take a thing off of each one of these. So that should be correct there. Okay, then I think I'm going to flip over and recover as Iron Man. Do I want to thwart? Do I want to attack? Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do with Repulsor Blast. So I'm going to pay for it with great responsibility. And it says deal 1 damage to an enemy. Again, we're going to continue to go off of Bulldozer here. And I'm going to need to shuffle real quick. So let me go ahead and shuffle up. Then we'll have to deal with an encounter. And then we will get to resolve the top 5 cards, I think. Okay, so we've got this shuffled up. I'm not sure whether I deal with the encounter first or not, but we can go ahead and deal with the encounter first. So 1 encounter card for having a shuffle. It says Tactical Prowess. When revealed, move all threat from the side scheme with the least threat to the side scheme with the most threat. Enforced response. So, okay. So this goes there to there. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Alright, so now we will draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards here. We're looking for lightning resources. So we're at 1. Now we're at 3. Ooh, now we're at 5. Right? Yeah. Oh, now we are at 7. Oh my goodness. We are at 9. Okay, and I've been counting these as lightning resources since they are wild, so that's actually 11. So it took a lot, but we can take out Bulldozer now. So Bulldozer has been completely removed from the situation. All right, so now I have, do I want to thwart or anything with Iron Man? Or do I just want to flip him over and get the recovery? You know what I should have done first? Okay, I should have done this first. And this isn't game breaking, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I should have attacked this escaped convict with, who does he come from? Thunderball's deck. When I had +1 attack before I exhausted Rocket Boots. So yeah, then we'll flip over here. And I don't want to do futurist action because I'm going to get 6 new cards here in a second anyway. So I'm done. Let's move over to here. So this is going to be 5, 6 now. And these 2 each get a thing. So this is going to become a 5, and this one becomes a 3, and it's going to stay on Thunderball since he has the most threat. Okay. So, Thunderball then is going to scheme. Ooh, and he goes up to 8. Which is pretty fast. Alright, he jumped up there quickly. Okay. And his encounter deck comes from here. Okay. Chaos in the Prison. Choose to either discard an upgrade you control or place 1 threat on the active villain's side scheme for each upgrade you control. If you do not control any upgrades, this card gains Surge. Okay, so either I'm going to be stunned, which might be okay because I really don't want to lose my upgrades. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna take the stun. This goes and we leave 3 behind. I'm gonna be stunned, but right now Iron Man's not hitting for too much, so we'll leave that up there. Stunned only means I cannot attack. I can still thwart, I can still do my actions, still do hero actions, so I don't think that was that bad. Okay, and I think we are good. So all of this should have been tapped up, sorry. And Odin's Son is out of the picture. So, and we should have gotten 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, back to Iron Man. Who are we gonna focus on now? Who's got the worst 2 damage to each friendly character? Probably Wrecking Ball here is probably the worst. So we've got Surveillance Team, Enhanced Awareness, which is nice because this could give us our constant resource to go aerial. Jessica Jones is probably still good to bring into play. So let's see, I need 2 for Enhanced Awareness and 1, 2, 3 for Jessica Jones. So I am going to need to use my Futurist action to look at the top 3 cards here. Let's see what we get. And this one seems to be a winner, or Supersonic Punch. Oh god, this is so hard, but I think we're gonna have to go Supersonic Punch because we just need to get these guys taken out. So let's see here. All right, I am going to bring in or pay for this energy to get Enhanced Awareness out. Okay, I'm gonna put this down here so I can keep my upgrades separate. Okay, then I am gonna go ahead and recover 3. That'll take me back up to 9. So I'm tapped like this. Then I will flip over to my hero side. I'm still stunned, but that's okay. And then I'm going to, play Supersonic Punch by paying for it with, these 2. Okay, so these 2 come out of the way. Oh, but before I do that, I wanted to, exhaust this. It is only gonna have 2 counters on it now. 1, 2. Okay, so I used one of those counters, I created a science resource, and now I am spending it here to become aerial. Now when I do my Supersonic Punch, it's going to be for 8 damage. So 26, it's going to take me to 18. So I need another die back. Okay. All right, that takes him to 18. And I'm also going to do my Mark V helmet, which is going to take both of these down from each scheme instead. So I keep forgetting to take it off of this one, but that's fine. So these go down to 2. Okay, and that's pretty much all I can play. I've got Jessica Jones here who I want to keep, but I can't play her right now. So Supersonic Punch goes away. These guys all come back. All right, I'm still stunned. Thunderball's gonna attack me. And I'm only gonna get 1 card. Tech upgrades, because I only have a hand size of 3. Okay, that stinks. Okay, so then we will put out all the threats we need. So these 2 go back to being 3s. All right, this guy, it's not gonna move because they're the same. So Thunderball is going to attack me. Since I'm stunned, I'm gonna go ahead and defend. Maybe we'll get lucky here. So Thunderball's attacking me for, yep, that's fine. 2, so I took 1 hit. Okay. Then I have to deal with an encounter card. This says, when revealed hero, the villain whose side scheme has the least threat attacks you. Well, they both have the least threat, so I think I get to choose. And I'm going to say Thunderball is going to attack me. So he attacks me for 3. That was pretty nasty. Okay, so Iron Man's down to 5. Okay, unfortunately, Iron Man doesn't have enough to get anything out there. Not ready to put this out there, and I didn't need to spend emergency, so let's, this should have been tapped. Let's spend this again to go aerial and tap that to remove again. Boom, boom, boom. We keep doing this every turn. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, but that's fine. It's keeping them all down low. And we will flip over to here. I'm exhausted, but I can still use my futurist actions. So top 3 cards. Great responsibility, powered gauntlets, or surveillance team. Now, this could help me get another tech in my hand, so maybe we'll do that and wait on Jessica Jones. So let's bring this into our hand, powered gauntlets, and we'll pay for powered gauntlets with these 2 and save Jessica Jones. So powered gauntlets comes in, and this is a hero action where I can deal 2 damage if I have the aerial trait. So we're going to continue to try and do the aerial trait, and I now have a hand size of 4 when I am Iron Man. So I could really use this card back. And we're saving Jessica Jones, so we get 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 5, okay. Still stunned, that's okay. All right, so again, we do this whole circus again. 3 and 3. Just gonna keep these off to the side here. All right. Stays with Thunderball. So Thunderball is going to scheme. He's going to go up to 6, actually. Okay. And then we deal with an encounter card of his. Corrupt Prison Guard. All right. So we can't attack anybody else until we take care of this guy. Okay. So, what to do? All right, let's look at our cards first. I haven't really looked at my cards. Interrogation room, attack for 2. That's nice. Here it gets +1 thwart. +1 thwart for each side scheme. So she can hit for 3. Okay. Oh, what do we want to do here? After you defeat a minion, exhaust interrogation room. Strength, that's 2. Jessica Jones needs 3 of these. All right, we're gonna do futurist action while we're here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we got. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, we're taking this. We're gonna continue to beef up Iron Man because I think that's really what we need to do. I'm also gonna tap Tony to give back some health. All right, then let's see here. Do I bring in Daredevil or Jessica Jones? I need to save this. I think we're gonna try and bring in Daredevil, actually. So I can pay for Daredevil here and these 2. All right. So that brings in Daredevil. Then Daredevil will spend him to thwart for 2. Let's do this. So that goes like that. Then I am going to, and deal a damage to this guy. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. All right, then I'm going to spend these 2 to get the arc reactor out. Just create a nice big old line here. Do that. Okay. So now that we have this, we got to flip over here. We're going to hold on. All right. Let us exhaust arc reactor to ready Iron Man. Now, Iron Man is going to attack for 2. So that takes out the prison guard. Good. Now we can spend this resource here. So this card's done. To go aerial. Okay. I can now spend this to do 2 damage. Okay. And this to remove 1 threat from each scheme. Because I'm aerial, and that's it. Okay. I kind of need to get the thing off of him though, because if I run out of cards up here, I put an acceleration token on this, and that could be bad. Even though we're doing a great job with our Mark V helmet here. Alright, so everybody comes back, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hand limit size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm almost through all my cards again. Okay. Oh, I was stunned that time, so actually I should have spent my stun, and this guy should get his 2 back. Because I would have had to spend my gauntlets on him, and that guy's safe. Okay, so we're clean. Supersonic Punch again, that's good. War Machine, he's helpful too. I don't have a whole lot to pay for it though. Okay, so let's see here now. Same as before. 1, this becomes a 3, this gets a 1, so it stays here. He's going to attack Iron Man. Let's go ahead and defend since I've got my arc reactor. 1-1 right now, plus 3. So back down to 5. Okay, and then this card, which is Lightning Blast. When revealed, Hero Thunderball attacks you. If this attack is undefended, place 3 threat on Thunderball's side scheme, which is going to be undefended. And he's going to hit me for 4, so I actually go down to 1 health. And this is going to go up to 7. Okay. Oh boy. Oh doggy. Alright, but that's it. So now let's see here. What do we need to do? Supersonic for sure. So let's see here. I need to recover. So I can go ahead and exhaust this to ready Iron Man. Why not? I cannot attack right now. So I can go ahead and spend first aid. Oh, to... Right, yeah. To go aerial. Now that I'm aerial, I can... Let's see, spend these 2 to go supersonic. Deal 8 damage here. So he's down to 10. We'll do it like this now. Alright, so he's down to 10. I can also do this to take away another 2. So he's down to 8. And yeah, there's not much else I can do with War Machine here. We can go ahead and thwart with Daredevil for 2. And he can do 1, hit somebody for 1. Then I will do this. So this is going to come down to 4. This will come down to 2. This will be back to 5. Okay. And then I will flip over to Tony Stark's side and recover for 3. Okay. And everybody flips over. Okay. And he should get 1 more token. Okay. All right. So Tony's gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cards. And all right. Scheme, boom, boom, and boom. This stays here. Unfortunately, he will scheme again like that. And then I get this card. It says when revealed, the active villain heals 3 points. Give that villain a tough status card. Have I even hit this guy yet? Oh, he was at 26. But he gets a tough status card now, which is a pain. Okay. Alright. That wasn't that bad. because he only healed for 1. Okay, so now what can Tony do? What can Tony do? Repulsor Blast again, that's a great card. Avengers Mansion, War Machine. So Repulsor Blast only costs 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to need to do Futurist Action, which is going to... Oh, all but 1 card. Okay. Alright. Another Repulsor Blast. Maybe we should just start hitting people. Yeah. Let's take this. And we're going to need to shuffle again because I'm about to throw some Repulsor Blasts at people. Pepper Pots could be useful too. So 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can't do it all. But if I get Pepper Pots out there first, then I can do it. Okay. So, I'll be right back. Went ahead and shuffled this up. I went ahead and recovered Tony for 3. And now we are going to have to take this last card here, which says choose a villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Reveal the top card of this deck. Okay. So this one says when revealed, the active villain heals 3 points. Give that villain a tough status card. So this is the active villain, and he already has a tough status card, and he's already completely full. So that's actually perfect. That didn't hurt us at all. Okay. So now let's go back. We got to flip over to Tony here. Let's go ahead and take advantage of Daredevil. And we're going to say Daredevil's going to thwart, yeah, here. And to an enemy, I guess we'll go here. Okay, and that spends out Daredevil. Okay. Then I first need to bring Pepper Pots out. So I'm just going to spend 1, 2, 3 resources here to bring out Pepper Pots. Okay. Now, Pepper Pots says I can exhaust Pepper Pots to generate the resource on the top card of the discard pile, which is a lightning bolt. That doesn't matter, but I'm going to play Repulsor Blast as a hero action. So 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's see, I've got 1, 3, 5. Okay, we're gonna count that one. All right, so we can officially knock him out. Yeah, and that was all we got, but that was 7, so that's enough to take down the Wrecker Man. All right, so Wrecker is gone. We are just down to Thunderball. Okay, so then I'm going to pay Mark Armor to do another Repulsor Blast. So another 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get here. So 1, ooh, plus 4 is 5. That's a miss. That's a miss. 7. 9. We are getting really lucky here with our card draws. So he goes from 26 to 17. Okay, so we have to do that. Then I will, let's see here, exhaust Arc Reactor to ready Iron Man. Then I will go ahead and use my Power Gauntlets because they're only 1, but this will remove the tough status card. Then I will attack with Iron Man for 2, so this is good. He goes down to 15, and I can't exhaust that. I don't have any cards to spend, and this I can remove 1 threat from a scheme, so I guess we'll take it from here. Yeah, okay, so end of the turn, everybody comes back. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pepper Potts comes back. Okay, over to here. This goes and this goes. Stays here. He's going to attack instead of scheme. So we will defend. He's attacking for 1, and we need to shuffle these. So I'm just going to do this real quick because this also means we put an acceleration token on the main scheme. So time is running out. So we'll put that there. His attack is 1, 2. So I'm down to 6. And then I deal with this. When a revealed hero, the villain whose side scheme has the least threat attacks you. So again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm down to 3 health now. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so Tony's turn. Can we do 15 damage? I got rocket boots. I got power gauntlets. Okay. So I am going to pay this to put out another set of power gauntlets. I got 2 hands. And then I am going to let's see, spend trying to figure out how I can do this. All right, I'm going to exhaust Pepper Potts to generate the resources of the top card in your discard pile, which is a 2. Okay. Hero action, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So he's down to 12, 15 to 12. Then I can spend this science resource. Hold on. Wait, I don't want to do that yet. I'm going for all the marbles here. Can I do this? Yeah, because I can still flip at the end. Okay, so arc reactor gets flipped so I can ready Tony. Then I'm gonna hit for 2. So he's down to 10. 10 total. Okay, so we've exhausted Tony. Now I can spend my science resource, and I deliberately left this one on top for next round if I need it. My science resource to exhaust this. Now I'm aerial. So now I can remove threat from here and here. And I can do 2, 4 damage. So he's down to 6. And I think that's it. I will flip over to here just to stay protected. Okay, so that's it. So this goes here, this goes here, this stays here, so we scheme. So he gets 3 more, so he's up to 9 again. And this comes down here. Okay, it's an attachment for him, so we'll put that there. Okay, and I should have gotten all these cards back already. Trying to go fast. This is taking longer than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, ooh, this beautiful card again. And Pepper Potts comes back. Okay, so let's exhaust Tony to get back some health and do Futurist. 1, 2, 3. What do we got here? Anything good? First aid. Nick Fury, deal 4 damage. That might be it. So we're going to take Nick Fury. That, I think, can do us all that we need. Or Repulsor Blast. Okay. So, let's see here. Yeah, with Nick Fury doing 4 and my 2 power gauntlets, I don't even need all of that. I could just flip over here and... yeah, I should have put this, I should have paid attention to how I discarded my cards. Because I can do this and flip this up and hit him for 2. So he would go down to 4. And I can exhaust Pepper Potts to get a science resource. To do this, I'm now aerial, and this is 4 right here. So he is dead. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Even though I lost Thor about halfway through there. Actually, I only had 1 guy down when I lost Thor. I was able to become successful with my Ironman Justice deck, which is probably right now my favorite deck to play with, Ironman Justice, because it evens the playing field so much. And when Iron Man, of course, when you take the time to build him up, he just becomes a beast. That was pretty much 2 turns, and Thunderball went from 26 down to 0. So If you stuck with me through this whole video, thank you. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time I release one. Once again, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.